We are back to basics. Season 1 ended with getting top 4 at the OTS Championship with the Budget Blue Eyes deck, which was pretty cool. And overall, I think it went pretty well. I learned a decent chunk in those episodes, really learning a lot about Ryziel and learning how to play decks that weren't just the ones that I've been playing and, have gotten comfortable on. So it was a good experiment. This time around, though, I think I want to do it again, but I want to focus more on the technical play than I did previously. In other episodes, I might have talked more about the deck choice and things like that, but I think this time we're going to try to really stick with one or maybe two decks this season and really hone in on focusing more on the technical play of every single game that I go over. So the recaps might take longer because I'm going to be breaking down more of the games in an in-depth manner. And to do that, I'm going to need my notebook, which I will definitely be using more often. And I think I might even include like screenshots of the notes or something if I can manage that. But with that in mind, we're going to jump right into the deck that I'm taking. And instead of continuing to play Ryziel into the new season, we're going to actually put that one in the binder for now. And I'm going to try Primite Blue Eyes. I have everything for the deck, and even though I ended the season playing the budget deck, that was more just for fun. And I want to try playing this deck at full power. So let's just jump right on in. I'll show you guys the deck that I have for locals so far and kind of go over some of the ideas that I have because I don't have all the stuff. Like I'm missing Dominus Purge, and I sold all my Moltres armies, so I don't have that to fall back on. But I'll show you guys the idea that I have, and maybe we'll see if it works out pretty well tonight. As I said, I am playing the Blue Eyes Primite deck, so this is going to be not budget friendly at all. Sorry if you are looking for that. Don't worry, the other series will have that. However, this one is going to be all about me learning how to play decks at their maximum potential that I can possibly pull off. So let's just jump right in and show you the deck that I have for tonight's local. First up, we have 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue. That's pretty standard. 3 Maiden of White. 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. 3 Wishes for Eyes of Blue. 1 Roar of the Blood Dragons. 1 Mausoleum. 1 True Light. And 1 Majesty. I don't think any of this really needs an explanation. If you're coming from last season, you might be noticing that there is no Ultimate Fusion. While that card is really good in the budget versions, in this one I think I'm going to just try to max out the best cards I can. And while Ultimate Fusion is really cool, I don't think it has a place in this build quite yet. Then I have 3 Primate Ether Barrel, 3 Lordly Load, 1 Drill Beam, and then Pot of Prosperity. And that is it for the engine cards. It is just a very concise engine, very redundant. You have like a ton of starter cards and a few extenders, and obviously you have the garnets or the engine requirements. One of the things I like about the Primate version in particular, though, is that you actually have all of these for starter cards. So you have, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16 starter cards. So you actually have an incredibly high ratio of starter cards to not having starter cards in your engine. Like you have 16 starter cards, and then you just have like these couple of not so great cards. Roar can be okay in your opening hands. Even just establishing just like a Blue Eyes and some hand traps can be good. And then these are just obviously like utility cards. But we have that going for me. Then for the non-engine, so far I'm going with hand traps, although I did actually want to consider board breakers like Book of Moons, Book of Eclipse, and main deck Metatronus. If I see a point where I'm like the only Blue Eyes player, or just even a point where like I think maybe I can get away with it, I'm going to definitely switch to that. But for now, I have 3 Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, 3 Droll and Lockbird. This is actually a decision to be made over Nibiru. Originally, these were going to be Nibirus, but I wanted to have an additional Spellcaster level 1 along with the Effect Veilers. So this actually gives me 22 cards that can start my plays, because worst case scenario, I can always normal summon Droll and Lockbird or Effect Veiler, link into Spirit with Eyes of Blue, and go on from there. But Droll also has the added utility of being really good into Mitsurugi, as well as Pure Ryziel. It's not the worst, and it's really good into Blue Eyes Mirror matches. So I think that that's going to be something that's going to be worth noting, because obviously Blue Eyes is a very popular deck, whether it be the full power or the budget version. A lot of people are coming back to locals because of that. So I think having the Drolls will be good. Effect Veiler is obviously insane because it can be searched with Sage. Then I have 2 Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, 3 infinite impermanence, 3 triple tactics talent, and a Call by the Grave. So that's it for the main deck. There's, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 14, 17, 18 on engine. I think Triple Tactics Talent is a card that I need to play. It's just one of the most powerful cards in the game. I said this all throughout Season 1, that as long as this card is legal, I think it needs to be played in any deck that you can. Obviously, if you can't afford it because of budgetary restrictions, that makes sense. But unless, like, if you have it, I think you should just be playing it. If you're not playing Pot of Greed, basically. So that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, currently I have 1 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This actually did come up once, hilariously enough, when I was testing the budget build where I summoned Lina and then took their Blue Eyes and then flipped my Ultra Fusion and made this. So that was just really funny. Doesn't ever happen, though. Then we have the 1 Ultimate Spirit, then the 2 regular spirits, 1 Lightstorm Dragon, 1 Black Rose Moonlight Dragon, and then 1 Aggregator. This is for the Ultimate Slayer in my side deck. That's just for the Ryziel deck. Then we have Typhon, 2 Spirits with Eyes of Blue, and then I'm playing 2 Seals still. I know a lot of people are only playing 1. I just really want to have the second one, although I can definitely see an argument for only playing 1 because you aren't playing as many dragons as like the black metal version and stuff. But I really like having the second copy just in case they nib on the first one or something like that. This could probably in the future be coming out for a Detonator or something, or even a Zeus, because then I can like talents take with Zeus and then, you know, attack. Or talents take, attack, and then summon Zeus. That can come up. And then I have Lina and SP. So that's it for the extra deck. There's nothing like crazy going on. This deck is not special, so I'm just going to kind of go through this pretty quickly. Side deck is 3 Chaos Hunter, 3 Lancia, 3 Ultimate Slayers, and then we have 2 Lightning Storms, a Harpy's Feather Duster, and 3 Solemn Judgment. It's just 15 really good cards, basically. Making going second really good, and then making going first even better. But that's the deck that I'm playing tonight. Let's see how it does at locals. The first night of Back to Basics Season 2 locals was a success. We went 4-0, and for our hard work, we got 11 packs of Supreme Darkness. I'm going to recap the rounds as we're opening these packs here. Let's just take a look and see what we get. So round 1, I played against, I believe it was Blue Eyes. And yeah, it was the Invoked Blue Eyes. It was a pretty back and forth match. Game 1 was a lot of grinding through normal summons and hand traps to see who could establish a field first. Ultimately, I ended up winning through that. And then game 2, I used Droll Lockbird to really lock down his first search, preventing, you know, anything like from following up. So that was pretty quick. Round 2, I played against, I believe it was either it might have been another Blue Eyes. I think it was, oh well, Snake Eyes Doom Dragon. That's cool. I believe it's another Ryziel. Or no, round 1 was Mikanko. That's right. Round 2 is Blue Eyes. Round 1 was Mikanko. And you guys can see that on screen as I'm going through this. That was an interesting match because I don't think he was very experienced. So there was a lot of like little things that I think he could have probably done a little bit more cleanly. But we talked about it afterwards. Kind of gave him some tips and stuff. And he was a pretty cool opponent. Round 2 is the Blue Eyes match. Round 3, I played against Pure Ryziel, against one of the best players in the area. And that was an intense grind match with a lot of exchanges of hand traps. Game 1, I think I ogred his Duo Drive and like ashed his stuff and came down to a lot of stuff. Game 2 came down to me forgetting to resolve my Drill Beam in Graveyard to return it or to reset it face down. Man, my packs are not that great. I got a Doom Dragon, I guess. So his normal summon of Sword ended up getting to resolve, which then just put me like, or special summon of Sword. Ooh, I haven't pulled this card yet. Managed to just like snowball, and then game 3 was just pretty one-sided. Then round 4, I played against Mitsurugi Ryziel, and game 1 was just a bunch of hand traps back and forth. He couldn't really push through everything, and then game 2, he bricked, and I refused to activate monster effects, so he couldn't do anything. So overall, 4-0, solid night, can't complain. Got half a booster box, basically, and we pulled a cool secret rare that I've been wanting to get. So let's see how the next one goes. Okay, so we have here my prize packs for the night. I would have gotten 7 booster packs, but I ended up going with this instead. I went 3-1 on the night with the Bystial Blue Eyes deck. I'll post a picture of the changes to the main deck that I made. It was mostly that I got Dominus Purges, so I got to play those, which is pretty awesome. So let's open up these packs and talk about my rounds. So it was 4 rounds. Round 1, I played against Fiendsmith Ryziel. I ended up winning game 1, opening up like a ton of Spirit Dragon interactions. Ooh, Evil Assault. That's all we got from that one. He tried to establish a field and then like couldn't really get going through like the Spirit Dragon and like an Imperm, I think. Game 2, he opened up with a 4-material detonator, and I used Ultimate Slayer to break it, and then I didn't access anything besides Primate cards for that whole game. Like, I only accessed Blue Eyes White Dragon and then the Primate cards, and so I just kept looping Ether Barrel alongside Blue Eyes White Dragon, and that eventually ended up winning me that round, so that's pretty solid. We have Dragoon, ooh, a Collector's Rare Twin Twisters, that's pretty cool. Ultra Swordsman, Reichphobia, and a Prismatic Secret, a Platinum Secret Pretty Memory, and then an Ultimate Slayer, which is pretty awesome. Round 2, I played against Azumina Fire King. I opened up a double Blue Eye Spirit Dragon with a bunch of hand traps, so that was just, it was too much for his graveyard effects. And then game 2, he opened up like okay, but I used Talon Strip Volcanics from his hand, so he didn't have any additional pushes through anything like that, which was unfortunate for him. Ooh, a Collector's Rare Pearl Rhino, that's pretty cool. Ultimate Spirit or Spirit Dragon, Joel Mockbird, Secret Rare Solemn Judgment, that's pretty good. Break Sword, Xyz Encore, that's a good card as well. Then round 3, I played against Malice. I used hand traps on his normal summon. He drew pretty poorly, so he couldn't do that. Like, couldn't do anything through that. Game 2, he opened up his combo, set up his full graveyard. I opened up a Sage, and on its effect, he used SP. I used Talents to draw 2, which I drew 2 Chaos Hunters. And then there's some, like, special summon back and forth, like GWC and stuff like that. And eventually, I got to use Chaos Hunter. And then that locked him out from banishing, and then I could summon Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, and then I attacked with Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon over his field, Chaos Hunter directly, and then used True Light to bring back my Blue Eyes White Dragon to attack for exact game, which is pretty cool. And then round 4, I played against Christian. Lost game 1 to like his full combo and heavy, like he had a super heavy follow-up, which was unfortunate, like he just had like his graveyard loaded. Game 2, I drew like no non-engine pieces, basically. And I had to play through Mulch Army, Perulia, Ash Blossom, Valor, and Nibiru. And my Lancia just wasn't enough, so I ended up losing that one. So that's why we went X1. So let's finish up this pack opening. Blue Eyes Jet Dragon, good card. Underworld Goddess, Guardian Chimera, Abyss Dweller, and a Quarter Century Pearly. So, not too bad. Didn't get anything too bad here. I mean, we didn't get anything like crazy. I was hoping to get like a Collector's Rare Spirit Dragon. Didn't get that, but we did get a Secret Judgment, which is pretty good. A couple of cool Collector's Rares. So the collection grows. But yeah, so that's it for Back to Basics episode 1. So we'll have to see how we do with Blue Eyes in episode 2.